go even further beyond.
Yeah, my name's Zakashi, and in this video we are going to be showcasing Trunks Rage. Now it's been held back a bit because events and whatnot, and I've also wanted to showcase the units which actually I felt they were the most important. So I did Vegito twice, and I did Gogeta, EX Gogeta. Those are the main two fusions. You know the vibe with them. But next on the list was actually Trunks. Trunks is actually my next favorite, is the one I was most hyped about. But before I actually get into more about Trunks, streaming today, first stream today, it's gonna be going on a couple hours after this upload, which is also going up today. Today is, I don't know what today is. I think it's Saturday. Let me check actually. I have no idea what day it is with this quarantine and stuff. Yeah, today's Saturday, the 6th. Jesus Christ. But yeah, today I'm going to be streaming. I'll upload a video so you guys know I'm going to be streaming on Twitch. So make sure you join in with that. But yeah, that's all I pretty much got to say. Make sure you follow me there so you can actually know when I'm streaming and whatnot. If you don't have an account already, go make one. And the stream names on the left is called Zakashi YT, which is YouTube. But yeah, back to Trunks now. I'm kind of ill, by the way, so if my voice sounds a bit sniffly and whatnot, that's why. I'm not ill, but I've got hay fever. Like, weather's dumb. But yeah, Trunks, I was actually looking forward to using Trunks the most out of any unit. And yes, more than Vegito, because if you don't know, Trunks is actually my favorite character in the whole franchise. Like, Trunks' design is so beautiful. Like, I mess with his design. Now, it probably sounds a bit sus, but like, I just feel like he's the coolest looking character in the whole show, and that's my opinion. He's also so unproblematic, and he didn't get hold like Gohan, so he gets my respect. And he came from the future, did up Frieza. He's cold, man. Come on now, like, you can't just pull up from the future, everyone's struggling, where's Goku? And then just slice up the biggest villain in the show like it was nothing. Like, come on, man, that's my guy. But Trunks, I was a bit disappointed using Trunks, but not because he's a bad unit at all, but the way his kit works, if you don't utilize him well, and I know that's with every unit, but actually not every unit, because even if I don't utilize Vegeta Blue very well, he's still insanely good, and I could still win the battle. But with Trunks, if you don't utilize his kit specifically the way it's meant to be used, he's a poor unit in my opinion, and that's why I'm in this video very disappointed. But let's go through his whole kit, and then when I get to the bits that I was disappointed about, I'll explain why and whatnot. But Trunks is a defense type and he's yellow. Now his health is 2 million, 2.06 million. Strike attack 180k, blast attack 199k, so he's more blast orientated. But he carries one strike and blast arts. His strike defense 138k, blast defense 136k. Now for higher defenses than the average unit, and he is a defense type, that's amazing, right? But the way the meta works right now, a Rise and Rush is pretty much killing anybody, but he's likely to survive the Rise and Rush if it's from a type disadvantage unit. Or if it's any other unit, especially these anniversary units are the only units are pretty running about, Trunks is still gonna get murdered. So having them higher defenses is good for normal attacks, but for Rise and Rushes, like, it doesn't make a difference unless it was crazy different. Like, if he had like a unique ability was specific to Rise and Rushes, which like decreased the Rise and Rush damage, then that would be much better. So you just know you can't Rise and Rush him. But maybe they'll do that in the future for another unit. But his critical is 3.9. It's kind of high. And Ki Restore is 2.2k. Like I said before, he carries a Strike and Blast Arts. They're both normal cards. And there's tags Hybrid Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Future, and Vegeta family. In my opinion, using him, I feel like he fits best on a Vegeta family team, because Vegeta is way more broken than all the characters on the Future team. On the Future team, the main two characters carrying it is, well, unless you got Gogito Blue carrying the future team with 6-star buff or whatever, then I'll take that back. But in most cases, I assume most people do not have a 6-star Vegito Blue, so I would say the main characters on the future team would be Merge, Zamasu, and Trunks. And the Zenkai Goku Black, but that doesn't make sense because Trunks is yellow. You wouldn't use them together unless you want to get squashed by a Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta or something, or Gotenks. But yeah, like, that's why I'll just put him on the Vegeta family team. Plus the buffs on the Vegeta family team are way more insane. But let's get into his arts cards now. So we're gonna go straight into his special move. Actually, let's start with his blast card. So every time he lands a blast card, he actually gets key. That was something that's actually pretty good. It's similar to Vegito Blue, the way he gets a key per strike art. So with Trunks, you can actually get 4 blast arts off straight away, which is amazing. His special move, Final Flash, deals major impact damage, inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 2 substitution count for 20 timer counts on hit, which is pretty good. The timer count thing is actually useful. The special skill, Vehement Roar, that's a weird word, restores own health by 15% and cancels all attribute downgrades. 15% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Now that health one is real important because there's been many times where literally Trunks' health is so low, especially in my case. You can see right now his health is so low, but then I just slap that green card and it makes all the difference. Honestly, it's very useful. It's very useful, and I can change the pace of the game, and especially because you get that damage buff as well, mad useful. His ultimate arts, Final Rage Buster, deals massive impact damage, cancels enemy attribute upgrades upon activation, and destroys all of your enemy's cards on hit. So they'd have to draw in 4 more cards. So if you wanted to go in for the rush, like a aggressive play, then they're not gonna have any cards. And even if they vanish step and attack you, they probably won't be able to get off all their cards unless their draw speed is that mad. Let's go into his main ability now. This ends right now. Draw the ultimate arts card, Final Rage Buster. Next, that's the thing I just spoke about, the ultimate arts. 60% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Reduces damage received by 35 timer counts. 35% for 20 timer counts. Now, that damage received one is useful, especially because you just activated your main ability. It is only 20 timer counts, but it can make a big difference, so bear that in mind when you need to activate your main ability but you want to tank some damage. Use that one. And the 60% damage inflicted, that applies for 15 timer counts, but it's not just the ultimate arts. Now his tags, Future and Vegeta family, blast defense 21%, but when you get to 6-star, it's still Future and Vegeta family, but it becomes blast attack and blast defense, and it's 28%. Now let's get into the main thing, the unique abilities. So he has 2. Now his first unique ability is called I'll do whatever it takes to save this planet. 20% to damage inflicted against tag God Key, cannot be cancelled. 20% to damage inflicted against tag regeneration, cannot be cancelled. So you can see he has the grudge there against God Key and regen, which is basically fuse Zamasu in one. The next bit there underneath, it says reduces damage received by 20% for 20 timer counts when this character enters the battlefield. Reduces damage received by 30% until combo ends when cover changing. So he is a mad tank because he's just reducing damage received in general. So when he just enters the battlefield, if it's on a cover change, it's 30%, but if it's on a cover change, it's technically 50% because he gets 20% for 20 timer counts, and no combo is gonna last 20 timer counts on a switch in. So that's actually mad useful. And then on the bottom of this unique ability, it says shortens own sub count by 10 when enemy activates Rise and Rush. So say if I just switched out Trunks, unless he's got a unit that increases the sub count, like Omega Shenron increases it by 3. Unless he does that, then the sub timer count will be 13 timer counts. Then I'll be able to switch Trunks back in so he can tank all that damage, and that's amazing. That's one thing I do like about him. But The next unique ability, Unleash Fury. While this character is on the battlefield, the following effects occur every time when hit with an enemy strike, blast, or special moves arts attack. So it says 10% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled, and it goes up to 60%. That's a lot of buffs. 10% to damage inflicted by allied tag Future or tag Vegeta family for 25 time accounts. Draw a special arts card next, activates once. And then the last bit at the bottom, it says 20% to damage inflicted for 20 time accounts every time another battle member is hit with an enemy strike, blast, or special move arts attack. Now, the problem I have with this is, to get all those buffs, it takes a while to build up. Like, right now I'm building them all up, cool. But in the scenarios against a certain team, and a lot of teams in this current meta have a unit that can literally just cancel attribute upgrades. Like Vegeta specifically, when he's like, gotcha, like that's annoying as hell. So I built up all those buffs with Trunks in. I lost all that health to not even keep the buffs. Like, that's mad annoying. And the fact that it already takes long to build up is already mad annoying. Like, it's just quite inconvenient that he doesn't come with the buffs. And especially because the buffs already show the enemy knows what I have and what I don't have. So that's something that kind of like annoys me about his build. So that's pretty much the most annoying thing, the fact that it can get cancelled out often. But aside from that, I never said once he's a bad unit. I just felt like I was a bit disappointed with the unit. Because right now you can see I started with him. He's not doing no damage. None at all. But if I was to switch into him, like, it would be a different story. And that's something that I feel like they should actually, well, they can't really change it, but it's pretty much just like I'm disappointed and there's nothing more I can do about it. But that's why I didn't cover Trunks earlier, because when I got this gameplay, it was quite a while back actually, because I've uploaded quite a few videos in the last few days. But when I got this gameplay, Trunks, I was hyped for him, but then the gameplay I was getting actually let me down. He kept dying real fast in some cases. Like, you can't start with Trunks. He's not a unit you should just start with. He's not a unit you rise and rush with either, but he does do a lot of damage regardless, just not as much as you'd want. And I feel like at the time I was just getting unlucky as well. Like, you saw right there, I got my rise and rush pick. But that's the game, that's the game. Like, it's just, it is what it is. Depending on the games, you will have a better chance. His special skill is probably the best thing about him, that he gets a lot of health and the damage inflicted. Actually, second to his main ability is nuts, and that cover change thing, like, in his unique ability. But yeah, that's all I pretty much got to say for this video. Stream later today. Hopefully I'm feeling better, because this hay fever is doing me dirty. But if you've enjoyed this video, press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 4K subscribers. Recently hit 3K very recently. I want to thank you guys again. I made a video on it, but gotta thank you guys consistently, so you know it's real. I don't just be saying that. But yeah, if you haven't already, press the subscribe button. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I'm starting out video cast real soon, so keep an eye out for those. My name is Zakashi, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Brace yourself! There! He's not getting away! No way! Can't do anything! Destroy this planet! Die! He's not getting away! Damn it! I love you. Final Destroy this planet! There! Come on! Yeah! Out of my space there! Out of my sight! I'll never give up! Come on!